They're the watchdogs that bust government corruption and protect the citizenry from calculated malfeasance. And just 2 weeks ago, these defenders of safety and process heard this.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. 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 Fired.
Well, now, as you're about to learn in today's breaking report, unlike Little John, these inspector generals, 8 of them, have taken serious legal action in response to this circumstance. On the other side of this clip, hang around. Wait till you see what they did this morning.
Members of Congress are voicing their displeasure with President Donald Trump after he fired over a dozen independent inspectors general.
President Trump confirming the move over the weekend, saying this is a very common thing to do, but even some top Republicans are criticizing this order from the president.
Joe Cortez joins us live in studio this morning with reaction. Joe.
Well, Kate, Patrick, many are saying Trump already appears to have violated the law, as this move requires a 30 days notice to Congress and an explanation before removing any inspectors general. Now, CBS News is reporting the firing includes many who were appointed during the first Trump administration. Senator Chuck Grassley, a Republican from Iowa, said there may be good reason the inspectors general were fired, but regardless, the 30-day detailed was not provided, and we need more explanation. Democratic Senator Jack Reed also chiming in, saying, quote, these mass firings appear politically motivated to undermine accountability and transparency. Now, inspectors general are tasked with finding waste, fraud, abuse, and misconduct in the federal agencies. They're also tasked with monitoring President Trump's agencies and appointees.
This is all part of it, and he's going to challenge the right which Congress has to play any role in the government of the United States for the next 4 years. He's going to seek to act unilaterally and put people in, including inspectors general, who will just take orders from the Oval Office.
Mark Lee Greenblatt served as the Inspector General for the Department of Interior until late Friday night, when President Trump fired him, along with more than a dozen other IGs.
This is absolutely unprecedented. There is nothing that's ever happened remotely like this. Key is that our reports have credibility because we're independent. If all of a sudden, if you remove that independence, so what value does that report have?
So in defense of the defenders comes this breaking report from MSN. 8 government watchdogs have sued over their mass firing that removed oversight of President Donald Trump's new administration. The lawsuit, filed Wednesday in federal court in Washington, asks a judge to declare the firings unlawful and restore the inspectors general to their positions at the agencies. The watchdogs are charged with rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse at government agencies, playing a nonpartisan oversight role over trillions of dollars in federal spending and the conduct of millions of federal employees, according to the lawsuit. Presidents can remove inspectors general, but the Trump administration did not give Congress a legally required 30-day notice, something that even a top Republican decried. The role of the modern-day inspector general dates to post-Watergate Washington, when Congress installed offices inside agencies as an independent check against mismanagement and abuse of power. Democrats and watchdog groups said the firings raise alarms that Trump is making it easier to take advantage of the government. Trump said at the time the firings were a common thing to do, but the lawsuit says that is not true and that mass firings have been considered improper since the 1980s. The dismissals came through similarly worded emails. The watchdog's computers, phones, and agency access badges were collected within days. The officials were escorted into their respective agencies to collect their personal belongings under supervision, they said in the lawsuit. The Inspector General of the Agricultural Department, however, returned to work as normal the Monday after being informed of the firing, recognizing the email as not effective, the lawsuit said. The watchdog continued several meetings before agency employees cut off her access to government systems and took her computer and phone. The latest round of dismissals spared Michael Horowitz, the longtime Justice Department Inspector General, who has issued reports on assorted, politically explosive criminal investigations over the past decade. In December 2019, for instance, Horowitz released a report faulting the FBI for surveillance warrant applications in the investigation into ties between Russia and Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. But the report also found that the investigation had been opened for a legitimate purpose and did not find evidence that partisan bias had guided investigative decisions. The lawsuit was filed by the Inspectors General of the Department of Defense, Veterans Affairs, Health and Human Services, State Education, Agriculture and Labor, and the Small Business Administration. Lose the regulators, juice the profits, release the hounds. Once again, Donald Trump turns to Springfield.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
By the way, how are those dogs? Hey, where's Pamela Jo Bondi? She could look into this. Yeah, once again, Trump will turn to Springfield for further spiritual guidance and inspiration all throughout his second term, because that's the kind of guy he is.
So, you want some of my electricity, do you? Well, for once, the rich white man is in control. I have 2 buttons behind this desk. One will supply your town with power, the other releases the hounds. Reach me. Make me your brother.
The hospital's generator is about to give out. Lives will be lost.
Lives lost. Go on.
We got a convict we were gonna fry tomorrow, but now we can't.
Tempting. Tempting.
Look, all our reasons mean nothing. Just look into your heart, and you'll find the answer.
First door on the right.
Thank you.